Welcome. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Hope you're all doing well. I know I am. Alright, so we just finished up today with some hardcore mine crafting. The light balancing is terrible in this room. And now we're here working on, well, as you can see, some Dragonborne lore. We haven't done the Dragonborne lore from this point of view. So we have the Metal Wars, which is what the, Okay, I thought my phone just went off and I wasn't paying attention. So we have the Metal Wars, which is what we actually decided to go with. Wait, what? Between the crystal, anti-slavery laws. I mean, oh, it is the same. All right. So we got the Metal Wars. That's what we're calling them. In the year 5900. Alright, we're gonna come in here. We're gonna take this real quick. Is this really the only war we went to? Oh wow. And we're gonna come in here and start working on it. So we're gonna get rid of this. Get rid of this. Because the timelines will be in the book, so I'm not too worried. My plan is at the end of the books, there will be the full spreadsheet will be set up so people can see it. Alright. So we got the Metal Wars. A war between during the year 5900 BS over miscommunication and a clever lie in the right ear. Jan the Pelt Claimer would rise to power. I think for right now one of the things we do want. So we have this little note here. Let's go into the wars real quick and look at the Metal Wars. They should be right here. Yep. Alright. Perfecto. So we're going to be changing this up a little bit. So we need to know who's on whose side. That's the first thing, which is fair. So we got the Crystal Drock and Bo's Weak Skull. Let's read through this though first. Would rise to power amongst the other chiefs and eventually claim the title of. However, upon the rise to the throne, enacting anti-slavery laws in which many of the other clans were against, causing his lead advisor, Brian, who was known for his extreme intelligence, to rise against him through the use of clever manipulation. Eventually, Ion, a slave of Jan's personal household, would be the first subject to his manipulation, as Jan had plans to release him first in a show of good faith amongst the other clans, but before he could do so, Ion and Brian in his ear would gather the other slaves to escape amongst killing Jan on the day to remove his bronze shackles. Okay, so we're going to remove all this. A war started during the year 5900 BS over a miscommunication and a clever lie in the right ear. That is the headliner of the war. For this case, though, we're going to be talking about, what was his name? It wasn't Jan Pelt Claimer, right? No, it was the other guy. Ion the Stormbringer. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking for his name now. Yeah, there we go. Ion. That was his name. Yeah. The Storm of Clan Bakken Karfe. Okay. A war started during the year 5900 BS over a miscommunication and a clever lie in the right ear. Ion the Storm of Clan Bon Cafe, a slave at the time and without note of any great deeds, was was the slave to the current ruler. What was his name? Jean the Pelt Claimer. There, we'll just grab it. A lot easier. Was a slave to the current ruler, Jean the Pelt Claimer, clan Jean Yakutu. At the time of his power, Jean would begin talks of anti-slavery and the equality amongst the scaled folk races of Drafrica. According to Ion, Jean had plans to release him at first, but later the advisor, what was his name? Breen. I don't know why it says Bo's weak skull, a war between the... Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that for now. Breen. Later, the advisor Breen would the right hand of John and his head advisor would inform Ion of the truth. According to Brain, the actual plan was that Jean would release Ion into the wilds with to set up his own clan, and in exchange would take Ion's wife to bed as a concubine, while Ion was left in the worst location possible to ensure his death and appease the growing unrest amongst the Irin Asakale. Upon hearing this, Ion would instead lead a small rebellion of house slaves to Jean Pelt Claimer, killing Jean's brother in the process, which would lead to Jean's first call to war amongst those sworn to him. Okay, let's continue reading. The Judites would slowly gather forces, and Ion sending Jean's wife's head to Jean's household. Okay. Does it talk about when he caught her? Killing Jean the day he had come to remove his bronze shackles, the two sides. Okay. During the escape and initial fighting in the city amongst many of the slaves who followed Ion, a woman would be captured as a hostage when a group of younger Irin Asakale attempted their escape, not knowing they had just caught the wife of Jean. Jean. The group of younglings would bring this woman with them to Ion's camp, and upon the realization of who she was, Ion is said to have forced himself upon her, and in the end decapitated her to send a message back to the current king on who would bed the other, who would be the slave, and the whom would be the master. Okay. Affected. The Ion had hoped as Jean gathered his troops, steep cliffs of Stormsport. Eventually, the two armies would meet at Storm's Point, where Breen would stand beside Ion, informing him of all that Jean had plans to do. Apparently, Breen had seen the folly of the Clistel track and wished to eliminate the concept of slavery amongst all Dragonborne by serving the next proper emperor of Drafika. Supposedly, this location of Storm's Point was picked for the effectiveness of the Irin Asakale lightning mages who had served the Cristel Drak as what do you call them? What's the term they used to use for people who would work on like lighting lanterns and stuff? Let me look it up. Term used for those who lit lanterns on the streets. There was a term. Oh, just a lamplighter. Okay. What's the language of the Crystal Rock real quick? Afrikaans. Okay, let me pull up Google Translate, because otherwise I'm gonna forget how to do that. Okay, so we want Afrikaans. All right. Lamplighter. Okay. All right, then we'll put that in there. Okay. Supposedly this location, Aaron Escala mages who had served Crystal Drop as, what was it? Lamplighter. Ligator. Okay. Were in common known as lamp lighters. The lyrium in the crevasse? I don't think that's how you spell crevasse. Yeah, there it is. The lyrium in the crevasse would enhance their magic. God damn it, who the fuck is messaging me right now? What do you want? Okay. It's just Wolf messaging me. Alright. Lyrium in the crevasse would enhance their magic tenfold according to Green, who had picked the battlefield. Who would pick the battlefield? Okay, I'm good with that. All right, let's go back to down what we're reading. On the first day, Janus said to have cornered Ion's first son and decapitated him and had his body retrieved during the night. The body would be skinned and leather and used. Okay, so you know. I am gonna take this and put here. About. Alright, we'll come back to that in a minute. Ion, infuriated by what happened, seeked out Jen. Okay, wait, no. No, okay. Let's do. Alright. Well, they used angry and oh no here. Angry and filled with sorrow. Ion would have a small burial ceremony in the night, hosted in honor of his first son, and upon the drunken whispers of Breen, who was said to have been drinking with a few prisoners, was overheard. Stating that Breen had masterminded the whole war just to have John killed after he defeated and slayed most of the untrustworthy slaves of the Irin Escale, and would then claim kingship for himself. Upon overhearing this, Ion is said to have captured Breen and him brought to his personal room, or his personal tent, where he would spend the night in darkness, unnatural to the mortal plane. Okay. Come daybreak, Ion still angry or infuriated with the treatment of his son, is said to have been covered in the blood of Breen, in which he planned to use to enhance his magic and wipe out the Crystal Drak once and for all. Okay. Alright. And eventually at the second day, spurring both sides to continue a battle through the night and the next day. Yep. I think this last part is fine. Except that we're going to take out the last chunk. I was going to say this should all be Ion 11. Yeah. With victory at hand, Ion would declare the genocide of the Crystal Drak and employ hunting parties in which every skin or every dead crystal rock would be skinned and used for equipment, while those brought back alive would be questioned on the whereabouts of the rest of the crystal rock who were rumored to have taken a boat to sea somewhere else. Alright, and there we go. So the War of Tilk is fine. We're now done with them, with the Crystal Drock. We don't need them now. What? This would be refused by the King of the Northern Lands. Oh. Let's see. Who would have been king during the First War of Tilk? 4856. For the metallics, let's see if we can find them. Yes, here it is. And what's the time period? 4856. So that would be Tagulia of Clan Tagula. Alright. We'll fix that now. Oh, well. I forgot it doesn't keep. Oh, wait, here. Alright. Before I paste without formatting. There we go. Alright. And just with my Dwarven King Ruby Smith of House Helmshaper, the declaration of war was declaring that Ministar was fully occupied, causing the Dragonborne people to see more hostile invasions with no declaration, and going against the bearded accords of... we need to add something here. Add something for the bearded accords. Okay. Also, why is that there? Okay. Woo! We've gotten that war done. I'm fine with the Second Tilk War. Let's make sure we do have it properly set up though, because otherwise it is going to bug me. Okay, so these are all going to need to be redone from the Dragonborne point of view. I think that's the issue here. Called Tilk. The Tilk was found to be a rare mineral that could be used to create staffs and wands when put into the dirt. And more magical properties. The war would go on for several years, seeing the death of the emperor, of 3 emperors, and finally, Maln, later known as the Bloodstorm, full conquest of the northern territories. He would get his nickname during the complete slaughter of the town trying to rebel. Supposedly, he killed so many in that city that thick mist of blood would continue to rain for the next 20 years. I'm good with that. If it's not the same, though, as the Mountain Dwarves, let's look. Because it is, we need to fix it slightly. Leveres. Some of these boys, okay, so redone in... Oh, okay, so these would need to be redone. Wait, I'm confused. Did I not? Oh, I think I did, what do you call it? The, war, I did it on the Hill Dwarves. There we go. There's the word I'm looking for. I think we did it from the Hill Dwarf point of view originally. So let's continue down. Hill Dwarves having the most houses talked about. Yeah, so this is from their point of view. So each of these wars need to get redone. Comment redone in Irin Asakale point of view, and we'll just copy that because we're gonna have to do that with each of these wars slightly. But good to know about the bearded accords that I totally forgot about. Okay. So we haven't done the War of Refusal yet. We still got work on that left. These are also going to continue to be only 30-minute pieces. So I think we will be removing the economy stuff from these. So as we're working on them. So one of the things I think we will do to consider a race complete is empty out the sections that are empty, because there are going to be areas where we may not necessarily have anything to talk about. And I kind of want to give the DMs a little more space on what they can do with a lot of this. So like you can see here, that was taken out of them. The crystals, I believe, also had it taken out. But just in case, I will scroll down to see. Yes, they did. Okay. And that'll be one of our notes on how we tell if something is done. We have removed that. So everything else, I think, is fine. Our main thing at this point is we just need to work on these wars, which are just going to take some time to kind of flesh out a little bit more. Now that we've done the Metal Wars being completed in their own right. So that's heading 4. Let's make this a heading 5. It makes it a little easier to find things as we work on them. So, yeah. Okay. And I think for now, yeah, we're going to come back and do that next time. So we got some more work to be done here. But I will take it. We'll continue to work on the Metal Dragonborne.